What's up, everyone? Back for another beer mail, and today I'll be unboxing a beer mail courtesy of the Heavy Reel Brewing Company, and more specifically Jeff from the Heavy Reel Brewing Company. So huge thanks to them for this box of goodies. So I think it was about 4 to 6 weeks ago, I reviewed a beer from Heavy Reel called Love, the Fruity Flakes variant. It was a Fruity Pebbles inspired sour beer, and it was absolutely delicious. It hit the nail on the head as far as Fruity Pebbles is concerned. And in that review, I talked about how earlier this year, back in June at the 2025 Rochester Real Beer Expo, which took place in downtown Rochester, New York at Innovative Field, that I met Jeff. He actually recognized me from a review of a beer I did from them a couple years back in 2023. It was another Love variant called Key Lime Pie, and that beer to date is probably my favorite Key Lime Pie beer of all time. And he mentioned, he was like, we love the review and we'd love to get a care pack out your way at some point. And I told him at the festival, I was like, no need. I was like, just let me know when some of your beer shows up here in the Buffalo, New York area, or I guess the Western New York area as a whole, and I'll review something. And sure enough, he was like, well, we brought a lot of beer, so you should see some in the next couple of weeks. And sure enough, a couple of weeks later, I was at my favorite local bottle shop of choice, Brewed and Bottled, in Lewiston, New York. Shout out to Chris. Yes, Harry. I always got to shout out Chris because he's a great guy with a great shop. He got a drop of their beer, so that's where I picked up the Fruity Flakes beer that I reviewed. Now, every beer that I review on the channel, I also post on Instagram. Well, I posted that beer on Instagram, and Jeff hit me up and said, you know what, we're going to get out a care pack. Send me your address, send me your t-shirt size. And sure enough, I sent both of those his way, and a couple weeks later, this beauty has arrived. So I don't know what's exactly in this box. No idea outside of two things. Number one, probably a t-shirt based on him asking for my t-shirt size. And then in addition to that, he did send me a picture of a beer that he was drinking that he was really happy about. And I assume he threw it in here. I hope he did, because it's going to be a fun beer to review, and I might have to do like a side-by-side comparison with another iconic classic New York beer. So anyway, this is a medium flat rate box from USPS, and it's super heavy. So I'm going to assume there's at least 6 beers in here along with the t-shirt. Could be more, I don't know. It's very heavy. So what I'm going to do is I got my chair over here. I'm going to put this off the camera, and we are going to go through it. Now, I cut the top, but I did not look in the beer mail, but there are 4 beers on top and a t-shirt and probably more underneath. So we're just gonna go, let me get the t-shirt out first, okay? Just because it's on top basically, or like kind of on top. So let's see here. It's a black t-shirt. Oh, that's cool. Heavy Reel Brewing Company. So I guess this is the front of it. So we'll do something like this is the front. You got the Heavy Reel Brewing Company. And then on the back, you have the Heavy Reel Brewing Company as well. That's awesome with their, I guess, their logo, which is basically, what is that, 3 clown faces? That's awesome. So thank you very much, Jeff. I will definitely wear this in some of the reviews going forward. That is awesome. We're going to have to wash it and everything. So I'm just going to put that off to the side. All right, we got 4 beers on top. We're just going to go in order of how they are packed here. So the first one here is their Jelly Fingers. So this is a gluten-free jelly donut fruit beer with a blueberry. 5% alcohol by volume. I don't think they date their cans, unfortunately, so I'll have to look up the dates on these, but this is Jelly Fingers. I love that. A jelly donut fruit beer, this one with blueberry. Cool. Awesome. So that is number 1. We'll throw that over here. Number 2, well, you know what? Actually, I was going to go with another one, but it looks like there's maybe a series of these beers. So this is Jelly Fingers. This is a gluten-free jelly donut fruit beer with grape. So they do a whole series. Is this also 5%? Yep, 5%. Huh. That's pretty wild. That is a cool, I like it. I like the artwork, but the fact that it is a jelly donut beer sounds awesome. So I'll be honest with you, when it comes to Heavy Reel, I really just know them for their heavily fruited sours, but I do know they do a bunch of other different styles, but most of the stuff we see here is their heavily fruited beer. So this is another Jelly Fingers variant, and this is the blackberry variant, and this is also, I think they're all 5%. So it's pretty wild. They sent me like an entire set of these. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not angry about that. So, cool. So we got 3. We got the blueberry, we got the grape, and we got the blackberry. You know what? And, oh my God, there's a lot of beer in here. 9 cans of beer. Okay. And I see one more Jelly Finger. So, you know what? I wasn't going to pick that one out first, but might as well. There's another one on top, but might as well. I think he sent me the entire series. So, this one is the cherry variant, 5%. So, 4 different four different heavily fruited or jelly donut fruit beers with cherry. Now, the thing here is it does not say sour, so these might just be like, I mean, it says beer, but it's gluten-free, so it might be more of like a seltzer base. I don't know. That's going to be interesting to check out. Now, we're going to go with the other one that was on top here. So this is their Sun Goddess. This is a New England-style IPA. Comes in at 7.2% alcohol by volume. And yeah, no date, but again, we'll try to find it. And he sent them to me. And Jeff is the owner of Heavy Reel, so I'm assuming that these are all quite fresh, or at least they should be, right? So that's pretty cool. I like this label. Awesome. Again, we'll look up more when I do the actual reviews. Here is a series. I think I reviewed one beer from them. It was their, it was a fruit punch. I forget. It was like electric red sangria fruit punch or something like this. So this is their thick series of heavily fruited sour beers. And this is a gluten-free fruit beer, strawberry plus chocolate. And this is the red velvet cake variant. So this one comes in at 6% alcohol by volume. And that sounds wild. I like me some red velvet. And that, my friend, just sounds absolutely divine. So again, a lot of heavily fruited sours here, no doubt about it. Next, we have whatever this one is right here. This is their Drowning Clown Double IPA, 8% alcohol by volume. And like I said, no dates, but I will do my best to look them up. Worst case scenario, I'll have to hit up Jeff and ask him if he knows how fresh these are. But again, the owner sent them to me. I'd imagine they're quite fresh. Another one we got here. I'm saving the other one that he sent, and he did send it to the end because, yeah, that's going to be a cool review. So we got another thick variant here. This is Red Dew. Ya Brew. I don't know if that's a collab. This is a fruit beer with cherry and lime. This label and the name, 6%, makes me think of Code Red from Mountain Dew. If this is supposed to be a Code Red inspired sour beer or just heavily fruited beer of some sort, I am all in on this one. We will see. That sounds wild. And then the last one here, this is the beer. He showed a picture to me, and as you guys know, here in the Western New York area, we are lovers of the Genesee Brewing Company, specifically Genesee Cream Ale. So this is their take on Genesee Cream Ale. This is the Jersey. See what they did there instead of Genesee? Jersey Cream Ale. So this is a cream ale that comes in at 4.5% alcohol by volume. Don't know how old it is, but I love this label, and I'm going to show it to you. Look at that. Tell me if that isn't awesome. You got basically more or less the Genesee logo. That is awesome. So my plan is to review this one, and then at the end of the review, I'm going to compare it to Genesee Cream Ale because I think you have to. But yeah, that was the beer we were talking about. So basically their take, a Jersey take on the iconic Genesee Cream Ale. They also have a couple stickers in the box here. We have Heavy Reel Brewing Unfiltered Ale, so that's awesome. Marble? Yeah, it's marble. Oh, God, that's funny. I like that. And then we also have another sticker, just Heavy Reel. That's pretty fantastic. So we got a couple stickers over here. We'll just throw them over here like this. And then we will also maybe put the t-shirt in the front or maybe in the back, whatever the case may be. It's an awesome t-shirt for sure. Look, I mean, it's just a great t-shirt. I love it. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And just so you guys know, I am heavy. You know, you guys know I'm fat. I got a double XL, although I'm starting to get into regular XLs now, all right? So losing the weight has really helped. So we'll just throw this in front like that. Yeah, I probably won't have that in the unboxing, but or in the thumbnail. So once again, we have 4 different beers within their Jellyfinger series. We have a couple of their thick offerings, and then we have 2 IPAs, 2 hazies, one's a regular, one's a double, and then of course the Jersey Cream Ale, which I am looking forward to. So once again, huge thanks to Jeff and Heavy Reel for this awesome care pack. Like I said, they didn't need to do this, but they wanted to do it, and it's always cool when breweries are like, hey, no, we want to do something. We like your reviews, and we would like to, send you some of our beer. And I do have my work cut out for me. If you guys have been following the channel over the past, X amount of months, you know that I've had a lot of beer mails, pretty much 1 per week. So I'm trying to work through all these different beers. I don't know when you'll see these reviews. Obviously, I'm going to get to the hop forward beers first, and then throw these in the fridge and get to them over the course of the next couple months. But really looking forward to them. I don't know how I'm going to handle these right here. I'm probably going to review 1 per week. Something like that. I would be, it'd be fun to do them all in one review, but I'm not going to be able to drink them all. And I'd rather just review them one by one as opposed to just throwing them all in one review. Or maybe I'll do what some people do, is that do like the whole series, like individual reviews, but then like splice them together and make like one like 30-minute video so you guys can hate me even more for my long reviews. But I don't know. We'll figure it out. Anyway, huge thanks to Jeff. Thanks to Heavy Reel for all of these beers. If you've had anything from Heavy Reel, let me know. I don't even think I mentioned where they're from. I should have, but I'm a terrible beer tuber. You know this. I forget where they're. I'm pretty sure they're out of Seaside Heights, New Jersey. Just so you guys know, obviously with the Jersey Cream Ale, you figured it out. But they're out of Seaside Heights, New Jersey. So if you're in like the Mid-Atlantic, maybe the New England area, maybe even a little bit down the East Coast, you probably can get your hands on their beers. Definitely do so. If you like, I know for sure, if you like heavily fruited sour beers or just fruited sour beers in general, they do a fantastic job. Every single beer I've had from them has been top notch when it comes to those type of styles. But if I'm being honest with you, as cool as all of these are over here, I do want to try out a couple hazies from them and this cream ale just to see, some of their other offerings within different styles. So once again, huge thanks to Jeff. Thanks to Heavy Reel. Thanks to everybody stopping by for another beer mail unboxing. If you've had any of these beers, post a comment section. Let me know what you thought about them. Till the next one. Cheers.